Barry's Chamber of Commerce and Industry. An ecosystem to create link between all the entrepreneurs to promote trade and commerce across the communities throughout the world. We strive at bridging the gap between innovative ideas and opportunities. We are here to turn our dreams into opportunities and challenges into achievements because we have poised to evolve together through cooperation and coordination and create a new history. This is a platform where your vision, strategies and efforts get synchronized for better results. This is a platform where business tycoons and experts in various fields, including education, economy, law and technology, come together for a greater cause. This is a platform which turns competition into cooperation. To put it simply, cooperation is the key to success. Cooperation is not just a business necessity, but it's a divine doctrine. The Holy Quran says,
وَتَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْبِرِّ وَالتَّقْوَى وَلَا تَعَاوَنُوا عَلَى الْإِثْمِ وَالْعُدْوَانِ.
Cooperate with one another in goodness, righteousness, and do not cooperate in sin and transgression. Bring people together and working together for a greater cause is an objective of BCCI. We aim to create 50,000 plus new entrepreneurs for the next 25 years. Barry's Chamber of Commerce and Industry is not just an organization, but an ecosystem to develop individual and community through trade and commerce. Together we can and we will achieve.
Assalamu alaikum everybody. Very good evening to one and all gathered here. Please join me in welcoming Anwar Hussain, who works as an RM, Regional Manager for African region and dealing for a company that deals in identity management, to host today's evening for us all. Mr. Anwar, the stage is all yours.
Barry's Chamber of Commerce and Industries UAE chapter. Idro networking summit, pinne mobile app launch. Idik bandu ella gauravanvita atithimarge assalamu alaikum. Welcome to all the dignified guests for the networking summit and mobile app launch organized by Barry's Chamber of Commerce and Industries UAE chapter. My name is Anwar Hussain. Thank you, Azman, for the introduction, and I'll be your host for the evening. So just one request, as we have a lot of interesting things lined up, may I kindly request you all to put your phone on a silent mode, if not on the airplane mode. I mean, that is too much to ask, I think. Anyways, so a summit must start with a great note. What can be a better start than reciting Quran? To do that, I would like to request Muhammad Ashraf Parladka onto the stage, please.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. يا أيها المزمل قم الليل إلا قليلا نصفه وانقص منه قليلا أو زد عليه ورتل القرآن ترتيلا إنا سنلقي عليك قولا ثقيلا إن ناشئة الليل هي أشد وطئا وأقوم قيلا إن لك في النهار سبحا طويلا واذكر اسم ربك وتبتل إليه تبتيلا صدق الله العلي العظيم. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله تعالى وبركاته.
Thank you, Mr. Ashraf. MashaAllah, indeed a great recitation. Nice to see a full-packed auditorium. It reminds me of a quote. Greatness of a community accurately measured by the compassionate actions of its members. Those who have gathered here today are the chosen group of people who have achieved great heights in their personal, professional, or social life, who understand the true meaning of giving back to the society. Welcome. To do the official welcoming, I would like to request a BCC Vice President, a man with a wealth of knowledge, a community leader, Mr. Abdullah Madmoule.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين الصلاة والسلام على رسول الكريم السلام عليكم. We have gathered here this evening at a time when we are facing three calamities or disasters at the same time. As you know, the first calamity, coronavirus. I see this as a warning from Almighty to the world, especially to the right-leaning world. Probably this may be Almighty's antivirus against the most dangerous virus of the 21st century, the right-wing virus. The second disaster, the continuous efforts to make us the second-class citizen of India. The third disaster, the economic mess we are facing for the last couple of years. Banks after banks are collapsing. Last year, Punjab Maharashtra Cooperative Bank. This week, S-Bank. The collapse of banks indicate collapse of businesses. Collapse of business is caused mainly due to note ban and ill-framed GST in India. GDP is down, manufacturing is down, service sector is down, real estate is stagnant. Only thing that is going up and up is rate of unemployment, highest in the last 45 years. A total economic mess we have created. With full awareness of these factors, Bcci UAE chapter has organized this networking summit. We planned this event 2 months back, but we had to postpone in solidarity with the suffering of our people in Mangalore. This time too, we were continuously monitoring the virus situation, and finally we decided to go ahead. You may wonder, in spite of time being not right for a business summit, why are we holding this summit at this time? When any stock market crashes, the world panics. It becomes the breaking news. But the shrewd investor, he becomes more alert and active. He knows it's the right time to invest. Similarly, we are optimistic people. Look for opportunities even when there is downtime. There may be many obstacles and challenges in front of us. But remember, every challenge has opportunity embedded in it. The main objective of Chamber of Commerce, of any Chamber of Commerce and Industry, is to promote and facilitate business and industry. The main objective of BCCI is also same thing. I've heard many people in Mangalore talking what BCCI has done in the last 3-4 years. Let me clarify you. The work of Chamber of Commerce and Industry will not be directly visible. They don't build infrastructures. They don't do charity. It's not a charity organization. BCCI's main, rather sole objective is and should be only to promote business of its members. See that more and more Barry and other community members get into business and industry. When our community flourishes in business, that is the service we are doing to our community. That is the charity we are doing to our community. Of course, the ultimate aim of BCCI is service to the society. We coastal Muslims are basically industrious and venturing people and courageous people. That courage is very evident from here. Nobody is wearing the mask, whereas we can people wearing masks and roaming outside in the road. You know the 1891 census. Out of 92,449 business people those days, 90,345 were Barry business people. That means 97.7% business people were Barrys 130 years back. What is the status now? Why this deterioration has happened? Are we less courageous than our forefathers? My father, an uneducated man from a remote village bordering Kerala, Karnataka-Kerala border, had established 2 lime factories in 2 villages those days and used to supply to the entire arecanut gardens of the nearby villages. And his son, a chartered accountant with many degrees, what he does? Counts others' money. No courage to get into business. This is the case with most of us here. The aim of BCCI is to bring back the glory, to make our community a business community again. What BCCI can do is, can motivate people, can bring business community together so that they get a chance to interact. The present day business world is a web of networks. Networking is the #1 unwritten rule of business success. Your network is your net worth today. Networking is not about collecting contacts. It's about planting relationships. It's about forming trust. When we keep on meeting people, you develop relationships, which leads into business connections. Networking can be an excellent source of new ideas and new perceptions. Exchanging information about new challenges is another key benefit of networking. As you know, we will be launching our mobile app today. We intend to connect all our business community around the globe in one place. This is the first ever venture or initiative by any Chamber of Commerce in the world. Our President will give you more information about it in a while. It's my pleasure to welcome you all for this August gathering. On behalf of BCCI UAE chapter and its executive committee, I extend a warm welcome to you all. This summit will be formally inaugurated by Dr. Bcci Yusuf, the towering personality of our community. He is known for his philanthropic and social services. He has been the president of Barry's Cultural Forum since its inception for the past around 18 years. He is one of the executive committee members of BCCI Mangalore. He is always in the forefront of community service, whether it's through BCF or any other organization he has been associated with. It's an extraordinary gesture by him that he flew from Bangalore this afternoon, exclusively to attend this summit, and he will be flying back tomorrow afternoon. We are humbled by your great gesture, sir. I extend a warm welcome to you on behalf of BCCI UAE chapter. We have another gigantic personality here, the startup studio fame, Mr. Jazir Jamal. I'm sure you are all eagerly waiting for Jazir Jamal to take you to his studio, startup studio, and explore what is there inside it. Other day, I was watching his video, a small video recorded in Dubai 103.8 FM radio, and was amazed by his idea. His invent and invest idea grabbed my attention. I'm sure we will have an enlightening and motivational session on startups by him. A warm welcome to you, sir. This summit is being presided over by the President of BCCI UAE chapter, Mr. S.M. Bashir. A hearty welcome to you, Mr. President. We have Mr. Mohammad Mustafa with us, Managing Director, M Square Engineering and Consultants. He is our main support of this today. Thank you for supporting us, Mr. Mustafa. A warm welcome to you on behalf of BCCI UAE chapter. We have also with us today Nasir Syed, Managing Director, Creative Housing Scaffolding, our another supporter. A warm welcome to you too, sir. We have another motivational speaker this evening, our own BCCI Secretary, Mr. Naveed Magundi. He will be telling us the 7 habits of effective people. A warm welcome to you, Mr. Naveed. We have with us this evening Mr. Sufi Anwar, PhD, Director, Academics, University of Stirling, Ras Al Khaimah. We have also Mr. Mahmood, President of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Dubai chapter. And we have Dr. Kapu Muhammad, General Secretary of BCF. We have Mr. M.E. Mulur, Mr. Latif Mulki from BCF, and many other BCF office bearers. We have many members from Sahiban community, Nawayat community. We have Bashir Bantwal from Aster Group. I welcome all of you. A hearty welcome to you all. Today's mobile app will be formally launched by our BCCI Mangalore President, Mr. Rashid Haji, remotely. Though he is not present here, I extend a warm welcome to him too. He has been a source of encouragement and a guiding figure for us. Before I end, I would like to remind you a quote from our ex-former President, Dr. Abdul Kalam. He said, "A power recognizes only another power. It doesn't recognize meek and weak." Let us try to become powerful by creating and sustaining more successful businesses. And success comes to those who dare and act. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Mr. Abdullah Madmoole. Moving on is a summit inauguration. It is an honor for me to invite a prominent personality in the UAE who has dedicated his life for the community development. I'm referring to none other than BCF President, Mr. Dr. B.K. Yusuf. Please welcome Dr. Yusuf to the podium with a round of applause, please.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Honorable the President of BCCI, a very young and dynamic, socially active, the sincere, the personality, Mr. S.M. Bashir, the Vice President, Mr. Abdullah Madmoole, the Honorable, the guest today, Mr. Mustafa, Managing Director and Chairman of the M Square Engineering, and Mr. Jazir Jamal, Mr. Nasir, and BCF's General Secretary Dr. Kapu Muhammad, Vice President Mr. Yami Mulur, Abdul Latif, Vice President Abdul Latif Mulki, Afiq, and President BWF Mr. Muhammad Ali, distinguished guests from various associations. I am greatly privileged to be here at the BCCI Summit UAE chapter to attend the BCC Network Summit and the BCC mobile app launch. BCCI is playing an important role in tuning the development of the Barriers and other community and leading to the overall development of the economy. Business have a multitude of organizations and associations at their disposal to help with the networking, awareness, and marketing. If you own the business, You know there are many organizations that can help advance your ideas, extend your network, and help promote your products and services. Understanding the organization will save you valuable time and energy. Let's pretend you are own a small store. You are looking to find other like-minded business, the owners and figures out the best ways to reach new audiences. A good chamber of commerce helps business band together and come up with ways to better market their products and services. They form a collective to address important concerns and issues for the business community. The first thing to remember about a Chamber of Commerce is that it's local, focused on a local community and focused on local business. Overall, a chamber is an association of a business, the leaders that allows the mutual promotion and protection of the interest of their businesses. Whether that be a small restaurant or a used bookstores, there are frequently seen in individual towns and communities, but there are also state and national chapters that can be accused. These various chambers of commerce in India are crucial in the growth and the sustenance of the internal trade industries. They cooperate with the central and state government and other government agencies to remove some of the barriers to trade. Bcci will also play a pivotal role in managing the trade and commerce and will help business to grow from leaves and bond. I take this opportunity to inaugurate the summit and declare summit to be open. Once again, myself and on behalf of BCF, I congratulate Mr. S.M. Bashir and his dynamic team who have done the immense work in the development of the BCCI UAE chapter. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Assalamu alaikum.
A round of applause for Dr. Bcci Yusuf, please. Thank you. Thank you for your kind words. Poverty forces you to try the impossible things to get out of it. This is a quote by, maybe you know him, a person called Abdul Salam al-Sonoshi from a village called Shabandi in Egypt. In 1979, when the village leader passed away, they didn't have any money to bury his body. That gentleman, that they decided to collect 5 questions each from all the community members to bury his body and then build a community center. That went on for months, and in 1983, it is piled up to 120 Egyptian pounds. That sums up to that day they could afford 2 acres of land. So they bought a land and they started a sieving center for women. Today they are running 17 projects successfully, including rice mill, plantation, carpet making, and people from all over the region are coming to buy this carpet from these guys. Even Iran, it has been exported to Iran. So as of today, the community is it's worth 5 million pounds, which is equivalent to 1.2 million US dollars. So why I'm saying this is, a small initiative from a leaders like you can change lives of thousands of people around you. With that, I would like to call BCCI President, my mentor, a visionary leader, Mr. S.M. Bashir, to do the presidential address. Please.
मैं किसी से बेहतर बनूं, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? मैं किसी से बेहतर बनूं, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? मैं किसी का बेहतर करूं, बहुत कुछ फर्क पड़ता है. At the end of my speech, I will tell you the reason behind quoting this poet, written by the greatest poet of all time, Allama Iqbal, and the relevance of this poet in BCCI. Honorable guests, business fraternity, entrepreneurs, professionals, and esteemed delegates. First and foremost, allow me to greet each one of you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and a fantastic evening. Barry Chamber of Commerce and Industries, popularly known as BCCI, was formed in 2016. There was a purpose behind the formation of BCCI. There was a reason behind the establishment of BCCI. Before I could tell you the reason behind the formation of BCCI, before I could tell you the purpose behind the formation of BCCI, allow me to touch base the history of coastal Karnataka as far as the business community is concerned. As you heard, according to the census 1891, coastal Karnataka had 95,000 businessmen. And among those, 95% were coming from our communities. Record proves, towards the end of 19th century, we enjoyed the overwhelming position as an undisputed, a prominent, and a dominant business community. But unfortunately, towards the end of 20th century, the situation has changed, and changed forever. From a 95%, we came down to 20%. From a majority business community, we become a minority business community. From an extraordinary business community to we become an ordinary business communities. What went wrong for the past 128 years? When you analyze, you will come to know the reason. And there are reasons. There are root causes for the drastic decline from a 95% to 20%. What are those root causes? We had a lack of direction. We had a lack of leadership. We had a lack of promoting a new entrepreneurship. We had a lack of collaborations. We had a lack of cooperations. We had lack of even following the business ethics. And most importantly, we lacked having an ecosystem within the communities. With this, what we understand? That there was a need for a leadership. There was a need for creating a networking. There was a need for a collaborations. There is a need for cooperations. There is a need for promoting entrepreneurship. And most importantly, there was a need for creating an ecosystem. Those are the need resulted in the formation of BCCI. Those were the reason behind the establishment of BCCI. Barry Chamber of Commerce and Industries, not just an organization. One shouldn't look at it as an organization. It's an ecosystem to develop the community through trade and commerce. Past 3.5 years, I'm very happy to tell you that BCCI taken a multiple initiatives. To begin with, one of the milestones I consider this as an historical, that BCCI succeeded in uniting the business heavyweights under one platform. Never in the history of coastal Karnataka where part of a community business heavyweights were united, but today it's a reality that all the business leaders and the business heavyweights are united under one platform, and that too for a greater cause. As part of the networking, I'm very happy to tell you that BCCI has expanded the chapters. 1.5 years, the first overseas chapter was opened in Dubai. Last year, we opened a second overseas chapter in Jubail. Jubail is known as epicenter for Barry business communities. Over 250 businessmen co-located only in Jubail. Coming years, we're going to open our third overseas chapter in Kuwait, and followed by Qatar, Oman, Bahrain, and also capital of Karnataka, Bangalore. The objective of expanding the BCCI, not only in order to strengthen the chamber, but also enable the networking, because we understand and the importance of a networking. We believe in promoting the business ethics. We also believe in transforming the competition into corporations. And there is one more very important objective that I would like to touch base. And I consider this as one of the most important objectives of BCCI. And this can be a game changer. I'll tell you why this can be a game changer. One of the objectives of BCCI to create 50 to 1 lakh new entrepreneurship for the next 20 to 30 years. 50 to 1 lakh new entrepreneurship for the next 20 to 30 years. And I'll tell you why it's a game changer. When you are creating a new entrepreneurs, you're not only developing a one single individual, you're not only developing a one family, but also you're developing a community, and also you're contributing the development of the country. And imagine if you succeeded in creating a 50,000 new entrepreneurship, you're going to create a significant amount of employment. Let's not forget, a considerable amount of communities within our section of our community still struggling below poverty. And this is one of the most effective way to uplift the community through trade and commerce. And BCCI's Bangalore taken a multiple initiative, organizing the seminar, workshop in order to provide the essentials required for an entrepreneur, also the right skill. And I'm very, very happy to tell you that BCCI UA chapter is planning to organize an investor meet. And I tell you the importance of the investor meet. Jazir Jamal is here, known as a pioneer in creating a new startup companies, and I'm sure he will agree what I'm going to tell. In today's competitive world, some of the best and the most successful companies are coming from the young talent. And that too, from a very little capital, went on to become a multi-million-dollar company. Why? They had a great idea, but most importantly, they got an opportunity to convert those ideas into a business. We believe in creating an opportunities. There was no lack of talent in our community. Our community have a significant amount of talent, but what is lacking is the opportunity. So we believe in providing an opportunity. This, the investor meet will create an opportunity, and then we wanted to provide this opportunity for a new startups who has an idea. They can come to our investor meet and present this idea right in front of the potential investor. I would like to extend the invitation to all of you delegates to be a part of this investor meet. But if you think you got an idea, if you think you got a startup idea, reach out to us. We will certainly provide a platform for you to present this idea right in front of the potential investor. As I mentioned, we promote networking, and one of the reasons why we are going to launch a mobile app, because we believe we live in a digital age, and technology play a significant role, and we understand that the importance of technology in any growth. So Barry Chamber of Commerce and Industries realize and recognize the importance of technology. That's one of the reasons why you are bringing the mobile app. This will enable and provide an access to all the members, so that we will make a networking become reality. And also, I'm very happy to tell you that the team is working to get our BCCI UA chapter to get registered in DIFC. And this is something very, very important. And this I consider has significant, if we succeed in getting the BCCI UA chapter getting registered in DIFC, which is Dubai International Financial Center. It's going to be an absolutely matter of pride for all of us to be associated in same line of some of the global brands, some of the multinational companies where our located team is working. If all goes well, inshallah, we will succeed, we'll get those success. And finally, before I conclude my speech, I wanted to remind all of us, including myself, there was a reason why I started my speech with a poem. We belong to the 21st century. You and me are part of this century. This century is known as the age of technology, age of ideas, age of knowledge, but also this century is known as a disruptive century, not because we have witnessed some of the significant technology, disruptive technology, but also this century is known as a disruptive technology because business-wise disruptive, economically disruptive, socially disruptive. Therefore, you and me have a greater role to play in this century. This is the reason why our children's future, the coming generation future, depending on what kind of an action you and me are taking. This is very, 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 very important. You, within the chamber, outside the chamber, with an organization and outside an organization, every individual part of this century have a vital role to play. You know, we don't get another life. This life has a one journey. We all have to go through this journey. There will be a time come in our life. We don't get up in the morning to prepare ourselves to go to work. We don't get up in the morning to prepare ourselves to go for a business. That is the time we are preparing ourselves towards Akhirah. That is the time we don't want to remember what kind of a car we drove. We don't want to remember what kind of a bank balance we are leaving behind. That is the time we wanted to remember what kind of a legacy that I'm leaving behind so that I can take along with me. What I have done to make my place better in Akhirah. Perhaps that's the only reason why I have started my speech with that poet. And that poet reflects the intention and niyat of BCCI. मैं किसी से बेहतर बनूं, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? मैं किसी से बेहतर बनूं, क्या फर्क पड़ता है? मैं किसी का बेहतर करूं, बहुत कुछ फर्क पड़ता है. There is a significant difference between मैं कुछ बनूं and मैं कुछ करूं. If my intention is that only I have to become better, only I need to succeed, only it's all about I, me, myself, it will not make any difference for you. Neither it will make a difference for the community that we belong to. But if my intention, if my niyat is to make you better, if my intention is to make my country, my communities better, then it will make a significant difference for the community and the country. And most importantly, in turn, it will make a difference for me that I am making my place better in Akhirah. That is indeed the true intention and the niyat of a team behind BCCI in Mangalore. That is indeed a true intention and the niyat of a team BCCI behind UAE. That is indeed the intention and team behind of BCCI Jubail, and that is going to be the intention of team in Kuwait, Qatar, Bahrain, and Bangalore. That's what we believe in doing good for others. Finally, I would like to conclude my speech with a positive note. May Almighty Allah guide all of us and make among those who leave a beautiful legacy, the legacy for doing great things for others. With this positive note, may Almighty Allah bless all of you. May Allah bless BCCI. Thank you and Jazakumullah khair.
Thank you, Mr. President, for highlighting the purpose of BCCI establishment and vision behind BCCI in an effective way. You have touched on the responsibility of 21st generation, and a platform like BCCI can achieve developing the community. It was truly inspiring to know the intentions of BCCI. Now it's time to launch mobile app for BCCI Global. I can put it that way, after hearing the speech, of course, from our president. As you all know, technology plays a significant role in the day-to-day world. In fact, technology became necessity in personal and professional life. We at BCCI understand the importance of technology and its role developing community organization. This also reflects the innovative thinking and vision of BCCI UAE chapter. Mobile app will be launched remotely by BCCI founder president, Mr. SM Rashid Haji. To do that, can we just play the video? Yeah.
First of all, I would like to congratulate BCCI UA chapter for taking such a good move by organizing business networking summit and most importantly launching our new project BCCI mobile app. This is an excellent development. Communication is important for any organization. The mobile app will play major role in connecting our members and community at large. Every member will have a visibility on BCCI activities. Business networking will become easy using the new age technology. I congratulate once again BCCI UA team for their innovative thinking and displaying vision for future. I request every community members to gain the access and be to touch with BCCI through mobile app. With the name of Almighty Allah, with Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, I launch this BCCI mobile app.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Whoever is having Android phone, can you please just open the Android, go to Google Play, Google Store, please, and press Barry's Chambers. Just note the spelling, please. Barry's Chamber. Okay. Try to install it. Now you can open the right. It is open now. Bashir Bhai, you can go and explain a little bit about our software.
We would like to just present you the features of the mobile app, which is going to cover the functionality of the organizations. To start with, About Us. This is all about BCCI and about the BCCI, and also why BCCI. It's very, very important to understand the purpose, the objective, the vision behind the BCCI. And that we have another tab, BCCI Headquarter, which is the board members and the management, and also BCCI UAE chapter, UAE, Jubail and Hassan. All the chapters will be listed under BCCI UAE chapter, news bulletin related to the chamber, and upcoming events, any events including today events also listed over there, and gallery of course related to the pictures and membership. We understand we're living in a digital age, so we made things automations. So we created an option for a membership which will be an absolutely online. And then also business networks. Business network is one of the most important segment in our mobile app, because we all believe networking is very, very important. And we wanted to provide an access. The network, business networking, all the business people will be listed over there, sector-wise, region-wise, service-wise. Today, this will provide a visibility of the community members who's doing what kind of a business across the region, and also business project. We're having a collective business approach, whatever it is, will be listed over there. And job opportunity is something is very important. You know, when it comes to BCCI, it's not only all about people of business, but also we're going to create a job opportunities. So we are not only promoting the job creator, but also we wanted to give an access to the job seeker, so that within the community that they can get these opportunities. And of course, business articles. And you know, I extend the invitation to all of you. If you think and you got a good business articles, please do let us know. And Dr. Kapu, I request you to write some business articles for us, so we will publish in our things. This is briefly about BCCI and its mobile app. Thank you.
Thank you, Rashid Haji. I'm sure you're a proud man saying BCCI embracing the technology. Moving on is one of the key highlights of the day. A session by a prominent speaker known as Startup Guru. To do that is Mr. Jazir Jamal, of course. To do the speaker introduction, I would like to invite BCCI General Secretary, Mr. Abdul Rauf.
Assalamu alaikum. Time for the business talk. To give a talk on business, we have with us a passionate entrepreneur who is all about building startups. He sees the problem of the world as a big jigsaw puzzle board. He says, if every entrepreneur can build startups with the intention to solve at least one small puzzle, then the world will be a better place filled with solutions and sustainability around it. He found Grow Valley as a result of his passion to solve problems through building startups. Grow Valley is a startup studio with a mission to invent, invest, and launch game-changing startups by partnering with influential people, corporates, and governments to leverage extraordinary growth. He graduated from some of the most prestigious universities like Harvard University, where he studied entrepreneurship and investment. He was also blessed to study strategy and entrepreneurship from Stanford University. His entrepreneurship journey began as an online seller on eBay while he was a student. From there, he became a tech entrepreneur and now a serial entrepreneur building startups. Apart from Grow Valley, he has co-founded and invested several ventures ranging from aerospace and defense to energy to e-commerce. His core business is technology, where he has been delivering IT consultancy and service to many of the government organizations, mainly in the Saudi Arabia. Some of his investments have become one of the fastest growing startups in the region, listed by Forbes like Plant Shop. He is currently active in mentoring startups under some of the Silicon Valley's most prestigious VCs, incubators, and accelerators like Techstars, Virgin Startups, Shera, Startups.co, Startup Network, and many others. He had the privilege to advise and mentor some of the top-level royal family members and business conglomerates in the GCC region. He is currently part of the cohort in the Prime Minister's office. Apart from all this, he has spoken in TEDx, startup events, global summits, colleges and universities, and several entrepreneurship platforms globally. He is none other than Mr. Jazir Jamal. He is going to talk on the topic, Building Startups for a Better Tomorrow. Building Startups for a Better Tomorrow. Join me in welcoming Mr. Jazir Jamal on stage, please.
Hello. Can everybody hear me? Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Bashir Bhai, I shared my profile with you just for your information, not to print it so much that everybody hears everything that I did. I'm extremely humbled to be here today, and in fact, I came here to be a part of the event, to learn from you guys, not to share anything. But I'm extremely humbled by hearing these three odd words about me, which I don't even believe it's me, which is the gigantic startup king, startup guru, pioneer of startup. I don't think so. What I would say about myself is that I'm passionate about solving problems. This is what I am. So I begin with one of these, the sayings and the dua which Abu Bakr radiallahu anhu used to say. Whenever he used to hear people praising him, he said, "Oh Allah, forgive me for what people think what I am not, and make me better than what people think they are." and to think what I am. So, thank you very much for bringing me to this event. Thank you very much, Bashir Bhai. Thank you very much, the BCCI team, and appreciate everybody for welcoming here. So I want to start with a very small part of my life that I talk and I inspire people. Only because I want to show people how every one of us can solve a problem and build a solution around it. This goes back into the year 2011 in Saudi Arabia, where I established my business, my IT business, in 2007, and I've been working with different government organizations. I was blessed to be connected to the Ministry of Hajj, which is one of the most messiest ministries, if you know how it is. And I had an opportunity to meet one of the senior executives of the ministry. And I had a chance to meet him, and I happened to meet him. In the meeting, I was trying to develop a synergy with him to see what can I do for the Hajis that I can leave a legacy behind. After the conversation went over 30 minutes, we came up to a point where we saw the Hajis having difficulties arriving in the airport and the time taken to go outside. From the discussion, from the finding, we figured out that the average time taken for the Hajis to exit the airport was 2 to 3 hours. And that was terrible. I'm sure how each of you would feel if you were stranded in the airport for 3 hours, especially when you're coming all the way from different parts of the world, taking 2 or 3 flights, having a long transit hours, and then arriving in Saudi Arabia, which is not the fanciest of airports in the world. From that day, I asked him this question to him. I said, this was an amazing gentleman that I met. He was a senior executive in the Ministry of Hajj. An amazing gentleman. He worked for 3 decades in the Ministry of Hajj. 3 decades. And this man was close to his retirement. And he said, Jazir, before I retire, I want to do something great for these Hajis, so that I see them comfortable. I see them happy when they arrive, and they're happy when they go back. Of course, most of the Hajis are happy when they go back, because they've done the Hajj. But how can he bring the happiness when they arrive? And that's how we got into the discussion of the Hajis' arrival time and the time it takes for them to exit the airport. So then I asked him a question. I said, did anyone attempt to solve this issue? He said, plenty of people. But did anybody succeed? He said, none. So I asked him a question. If I were to make an attempt, would you give me a chance? He said, yes. Fantastic. I said, fine. And do you guys want to know one thing? This man I'm talking about, the senior executive in the Ministry of Hajj, is not even a Muslim. His name was Peter. He was a non-Muslim, worked for the Ministry of Hajj for 30 years. Almost close to 30 years. He's been working with the ministry for 30 years. And this man has a passion to solve the problems for the Hajis. Amazing. So it took me so much, I took as a challenge, as a non-Muslim wants to solve a problem of Hajis. And then what am I doing as a tech entrepreneur? I said, I'm going to study. The next 8 months, I went on to study the problems around the Hajis. I put every breath into it and said, I will figure out every single problem that is around Hajis, and I will solve it. 8 months from now, from that time, I figured out a solution. I went back and sat with Peter, and Peter said, listen, I found a solution. What do you think about it? We discussed. We did a presentation with the team, and guess what? It was a fantastic fit to the problem that they were facing. But we have a problem. Do you know what the problem was? The ministry doesn't believe there's a problem. Because you know what? None of the Hajis ever complained. Because you know what? Because the Hajis believe the more difficulty you have, the more ajr you get. So they never complain. Especially the Indo-Pakistan, the subcontinent, or the Asian African countries, they never complain. Even the one who will complain will be the minorities of the Western countries, which is very, very minor compared to the big, vast majority of the Asians that comes to Hajj. So now I had to prove it to the government the problem really exists. It's not just about solutions. Like Peter said, Jazeer, way good. But you got to prove it to the government that problem really exists. Then I started the journey, went across another 4 months' time, waiting for the next Hajj period to say, I'm going to meet personally these Hajis to figure out what the problems they're facing, and I want to get a testimonial from them. Now this is the funny part. There is no formal approval for me from the ministry to do even interviews. So Peter said, I'm going to let you inside the airport, and only you, I can't even get any of your team members, and you can talk to the Hajis, but no approvals. If the police catch you, they're going to kick you out. I said, I'm fine. I'll take the risk. And I went in. So Peter told me, you should go this day because the set of Haji that's coming that day was from India. I said, beautiful. I'm an Indian. I'm going to connect to the Indians very well. Let me go speak. So I arrived there in the airport, waited for an hour, 2 hours, 2.5 hours, close to 3 hours. I see a set of Hajis coming out. Old. I still remember, it was 4 ladies. I don't know what's happening in India. It's ladies that come for Hajj for the old. I think by the time the men becomes old, they're dead, so they don't come to Hajj. So 4 ladies come for Hajj, and there was 2 men with them. So I went and approached this lady. So I assumed that they spoke Urdu. So I said, Assalamu alaikum, auntie, kaisi ho aap? She said, theek hu beta. I said, okay. So aapka flight kitna baje tha? So I asked him, what time was your flight? Everyone understands Urdu, right? Everyone understands Urdu? So he said, aapka flight ka waqt kya tha, kis waqt mein tha? So he said, so and so. So I said, how long did it take? I said, kitna time laga aapko bahar aane ke liye? He said, beta aap ye sawal kyun kar rahe ho? He said, nahi, bas aapke takleef ke baare mein janna tha. मैं एक रिसर्च कर रहा हूं ताकि गवर्नमेंट को दिखाऊं कि आपके मसले जो है ना उसको हल करो. बेटा, हम हज करने आए हैं, वेकेशन के लिए नहीं आए. हम हज करने आए हैं, वेकेशन के लिए नहीं आए. तो आप ऐसे सवाल क्यों करते? ऐसे सवाल नहीं करते. हमको बस काबा शरीफ देखना है, हज करना है और वापस जाना है. बस बेटा हम थक गए, बस किधर है ये तो दिखाओ. So I was stuck. I can't prove the problem exists. And I went on until I went back to Peter. I said, Peter, how do I find this problem, man? I'm not able to figure it out. Every Hajis are giving me the same answer. He said, you know what? The problem is that you need to probably go and ask some of the Western Hajis. Maybe they're going to give you better answers. So he said, you know what? From next week, the South Africans and the European Hajis are arriving. Why don't you go and ask them? I said, fantastic. Let me just do that. And guess what? So I happened to be in the airport. So there comes the first set of Hajis. And then I see the Hajis. They look like Indians again. I was like, oh no. They're going to give me the same answer. So they ended up being South Africans. So I went to them. I said, Assalamu alaikum, brother. How you doing? So they spoke English. I said, brother, I'm conducting a survey to figure out what the problems the Hajis are facing so that I can figure out a solution for them. So he said, fantastic, brother. But we don't have a problem. Brother, you don't have a problem? I said, no. I said, we have come for Hajj. We didn't come to Zurich. So we have no problem. I said, okay. So then I said, something is wrong in my way of questioning. I twisted the question and asked them, listen, brother, what if the government of Saudi Arabia brings about a solution that will make your life easier and you would exit the airport the way you would exit the airport in any other airports in the world? Would you be happy? He said, yes. Of course, fantastic. I could use my energy, go to do more ibadah. I could go back to the hotel and rest. I said, fantastic. There you go. I got it. And then from then on, I went and asked every Hajis I met the same question. I got the same answer. Went back to Peter and said, Peter, listen, I proved it, man. Let's do it. I thought I did it. Guess what? Now the government doesn't have budget, nor has approval for me to do this project. So now I'm in a catch-22. What should I do now? So I go back and put a request to the Royal Commission, the King's Court, and I said, listen, there's a solution like this. I need to do something. Can you support? Peter said, you need to try. Happened. I got approval. I got an approval informally, not formally. Said, just over an email, you can try the project, but we will not pay you a single penny. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, ma'as salama. I said, okay. Now, being a Ministry of Hajj project, you know the amount of funds it takes to build a pilot. And I was in my early years of my business. This has been like 6 years since I started my business. And I just moved to Saudi like 3 years ago. I didn't have enough funds. This needed a lot of funds. So I had two options to finance my project. One, take a loan. Second, go raise investment. Now, I was almost 2.5 months away from Hajj. There was no way I could go to raise investment because too less time. So I went to my brother-in-law and I said, you need to loan me some money. And he did. Everyone said one thing about me. I really loved it. They said, Jazir, you're a crazy guy. You run behind project that doesn't exist. And you do project without any approval. And you have no clue whether you want to get this project or not. Why would you do something like this? Everyone in the organization was against me. I said, I went ahead. I was given the permission to pilot the project with the Malaysian Hajis, which is the most organized Hajj group in the world, FYI. First year, this is year 2012 Hajj. We implemented the system. Can you imagine how much time it took for the first Hajis to exit the airport? 27 minutes. That's all it took. From 2.5 hours to 30 hours to 27 minutes. So why am I telling you the story? What does that connect to things like what you guys are talking about today? If an ordinary person like me can find a problem of a big problem and solve it with the means I have, every one of you can figure out a problem. And you can solve it. And now that you have a group like this, you have a bigger purpose. You have a bigger chance to make it happen. Imagine every one of you to find a problem and figure out a person who can find a solution, build a cohort, find investment, launch it. Imagine the amount of startups this ummah can launch. Imagine the amount of jobs you can create. Imagine the amount of network that you can create. Imagine the influence you can create. Do you know the startup influence is more than the political influence? When Modi went to the US, who did he go meet first? After the president. Facebook, Google. Who are these people? They're not politicians. Politicians can stay for 4 years, 8 years, 9 years, 10 years, 5 years. But if you build a phenomenal solution for a problem that is prominent, you will last for good. And that's how you should be. Whenever you build a startup by finding a problem. Be a problem seeker. That's what we need to be. This is the reason most startups fail, because they find a product first, then they start to figure out a solution. It's like you're building a medicine, you're producing a medicine for headache and making headaches for people to find it, to sell it. It doesn't work. You have to figure out if there is a people with headache or not. Then build a medicine around it. Not that just because Muhammad did one company, let me do the same thing. That's what's happening. That's where it gets saturated. Everybody does something another, same thing. Why don't we build our own blue ocean strategy? We as individuals sitting here, you guys are the most successful people in whatever field that you are in. You have the connect, you have the resources, you have the intelligence, you have the accessibility to the resources. Why don't you build your own startups? Invest, invent, and launch your own startups. Don't just think about investing. Build your own startups. That's when you become an influence. And this is the only reason I came here, not for anything else. And that is the reason I built Grow Valley. The reason I built Grow Valley was for one only reason. Legacy. Legacy. That I want to create legacy through building startups by solving one small problem after another, to build solutions around it and sustainability around it, and solving problems of the bigger problems that are there in the economy. And you as Barry community can do it. And I say, if an ordinary person like me can do it, anybody can do it. Every one of you has the ability to find a problem and solve it. And I would like to end my conversation, my talk, with one quote. And I always tell this to every startup entrepreneurs, everybody. If you are not doing something to grow every day, if you are not doing something to grow every day, and I'm serious about the discussion, this is about the whole Muslim Ummah. We blame the Jews and the Christians, we blame America for this. No, we have to blame it ourselves. If you are not making an effort to grow every single day, then you are dying a slow death, whether you agree or not. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Jamal. Can we have you on the stage for 2 more minutes, please? Yeah. So, truly inspiring. But to be honest, I feel like just, jumping into it. Thank you. It was wonderful. It is an honor to have you here, and we really appreciate your presence. So we want to make it memorable by just facilitating you. To do that, I would like to request President S.M. Bashir onto the stage with the memento, please.
Assalamu alaikum to everyone. I hope I'll be able to do justice with words to the achievement that I'm going to define about a person here. As they say, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. So this honoree for the day came to UAE in the year 1991 and worked in various capacities as a contractor with a consultancy firm before establishing his empire called M Square Engineering Consultants in the year 2007, aimed at providing comprehensive architectural and engineering solutions to residential, commercial, hospitality sectors, and also theme parks. To name a few of his most revered works and most identified works, the Gate of the World that you see in the Global Village, the Abu Dhabi Aviation Academy, and the Pearl Global Assets are a few. The objective was always to build and deliver state-of-the-art, sustainable quality and impeccably built environment to clients. With 78 employees and growing, the major service deliverables being in the field of architecture, interiors, structural and MEP designs, with construction and management. As William Arthur said, if you dream it, you can achieve it. Our honoree believes in a lot. He stands as a true definition of self-made man who has made his work speak for him in the last 2 decades. An inspiring leader as he is, he has been always approachable, propagating the idea of dynamic work environment. As they say, do your good job, recognition just follows it. Our honoree was always recognized for his work. To name 2 of it here, one is the Golden Achievement Award, which he received in the year 2018 by Global Media Events. And he was also felicitated by Dubai Kannadigaru Association for his exceptional work and support to the community. Please welcome with a grand applause Muhammad Mustafa, the person who is a role model to the generations to come, who has showed us the path forward by example. May I also please call upon the President of BCCI, S.M. Bashir, to do the honors for our honoree today. Please. A big round of applause for our honoree.
Assalamu alaikum. It's my pleasure and a great honor to be on this platform and to receive a token of appreciation from Bcci. I'm not a good speaker, but I'll try to say something which I had in my journey, the experience. I'll just share a few words. How a person, if he is confident on himself, and when he believes himself, how he can achieve the things and he can make his dream come true. As coming from a poor family, when I lost my father at the age of 7 and did my graduation and did the engineering in Davangere, and to support my family, I started working back home. And the support was not good enough because to take care of the family has the whole responsibility on me. Having said that, I was never intended to travel to Gulf, and I was challenged to each and every friend, what is not there in India? Let us do it here. So, but I failed. Just to earn few thousands, I said, let me travel, because I had to support my family and return back after 2 years of journey. Now, this 2 years of journey took me 30 years, so still I'm not thinking to go back. My first career started in Saudi Arabia as a shopkeeper. Being an engineer and a distinction student, as everyone saying, those period in 90, 89, they say that the people take to Saudi Arabia and they gave them the job of something else, what you meant for. Yes, it's proven by me. He took me as an engineer, but he gave me a job in his supermarket as a shopkeeper. And later, after working as a shopkeeper for a few days, he transferred me to the site to work as a laborer in the construction site. I never gave up. I worked for 1.5 years. And then he transferred me back to the store, to his store, as a storekeeper. I worked there with a very little salary, which is almost 600 dirhams a month, because my salary just fixed as a laborer. I was not knowing that this is my salary. The contract was in Arabic. So, as I had paid so much of money to the agent, so I had to stay there to make my stay there to pay the loan back. Once, after a while working as a storekeeper, because my contract was 2 years, he said that, let's make you as a salesman in the supermarket with the commission. Let's start your journey with the salesman. Then I said to him, now is enough. I have to go back. I need to go back. He said, no, you can make more money if you become a salesman in the supermarket. He has got a lot of outlets in various areas in Saudi Arabia. I said, no, I'm an engineer. I want to be an engineer. Let me go back. He said, okay, think. Then again, he called me back in the evening. I said, yes, I need to go back. I just said him one word. Risk min Allah. You just close one door. Allah Ta'ala will open 99 doors. But I just want to go back. So, and I left back to Mumbai. I stayed there in search of job. Then I came to Dubai. And Dubai, yes, people say that it's the city of dreams. I never thought that it's going to be my place in Dubai. So finally, I landed up in Dubai as an engineer. I worked with a handsome salary, but I was working 16 hours a day. And this hard work pays, and people start looking at you. This boy is very hardworking. This is what I say, hard work always pays for you. Any new generation or anybody who is just reluctant to make a hard work is their biggest mistake in their life. Just keep hard working. Allah Ta'ala has got sabr, but He will pay you back with the profit. But just keep what you are doing it. So I start doing it. People start asking me after 1.5 years, okay, come join our company. Then I start one company called Art Consultant. I had to work as a consultant. Few days, 3 years, I completed it. Then I joined another company. Meantime, I got married, a lot of responsibilities, looking for a betterment job, but still salaries were not much. After working 9 years in one company, and my responsibility increased as I got children, I never gave up to practice my profession. Always, I tell you people to practice your profession not as a money, not as a source of income. Just make it as a passion. I don't know how many of you are here as a professionals. Always professionals should consider their life and practice their profession as a passion. When you consider that as a passion, you will do the hard job, recognize him, and you do the services for the community. And that growth will keep you going ahead and ahead. So by doing so, even in the weekends, I was working hard, doing freelance job, because the salary what I was getting was not enough, but not affecting the company. So my family supported too much, even in Thursday, Friday, working here and there. I was earning a bit of money only, not enough. But still, I was telling my friends, I will get the hearts of the people. I'll build the confidence of mine into them. And they will run after me. Just wait some time. And I was dreaming to start up my company, and I started up my company in 2007. And you know, 2007, what? Everyone said that 2000 is a booming time. And recession affected in 2008. I started with one person in my office, and 2008 start hitting the recession in Dubai. People were telling that, oh, Mustafa started the company thinking market is growing. He will close down his company in 2008. They don't know that I started this company with the passion, not with the source of money. Because of this belief in me, Allah Ta'ala made me to stay there and carried the whole recession without affecting, but we were growing. And the person who exists in the time of recession is always a successful person. Because people always look, okay, I wanted to start up a company in good market. I don't want to start a company in the bad time. No, it's wrong. When you start the company, it could be a good time. Maybe after, when your company starts moving a little bit, you get a bad time. Business is like that. So you have always two faces. People say that today's business is bad, well, let me start my company. After 1 year, 6 months, by that time company, he enjoys. So my belief, when you are starting any company, just look at your confidence. Believe in yourself. Keep faith in Allah, that what you are doing, and I will prove myself. With this intent, start the company. It never go anything wrong in this decision. This is a simple example of me where I stand. I started with one person, carried out my decision, got my goodwill, and now our company is serving various areas, and I built 90% of my new clients are new developers. They just work on my words because I build the confidence on them. To build a confidence with your investors is a very big task. You have to, because when you can build this confidence, you have to be confident on yourself, what you are talking. If you are not confident on yourself, you will not build a confidence. They are spending millions of money. All this building which you saw, they spend millions of money. Because of your confidence that this project we can do it, we can do this way, this can make you financially sustainable, and you can get a goodwill in the market, and you can keep growing. Now I have those clients are repeatedly repeating the jobs with us. So this confidence will always lead you to success in your life. And second thing, always accept the challenges. Maybe you may not be able, an opportunity, to accept the challenge, you should take an opportunity. Anytime comes anyone, as Mr. Jamal said, take that he wanted to solve a problem, which is not solved for a couple of years, couple of decades. So he took it as a challenge, and someone gave him the opportunity. He took this opportunity, made him to work hard, and he proved himself that it can be achieved. If you don't get an opportunity, you cannot work hard. So any opportunity come beside the money, as he said that I was not having money to do this one, but he has an opportunity, he has a confidence on him. So Allah Ta'ala come on his way, got supported with his friends or his relatives, but he made it success. So now he can confidentially say that we can do it. So this is what I say, all the dignitaries or the people who are practicing as a practicing professionals. So please, and your family members, tell your children to be confident on yourself and practice your profession as a passion, and never let you run behind the money, let money run behind you. Who created? Allah created us, but the money created by us. So we follow first, we go, and the money comes behind you. So with this talk, I always tell, let's dream, and the dreams, try to make your dreams come true. So always keep dreaming, and do hard working, and believe in Allah, and have faith, and confident on yourself, and one day you will be a successful person. With this talk, I end up here and thanking for Bcci organizing committee and all of you for listening me this. I hope I had a good chance to speak to you and share my thoughts. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Mr. Muhammad Mustafa, what a journey. What an achievement. And I wish you, and I pray to Allah that may many more achievements come on your way. We have, even as a BCCI, even we had a fantastic journey so far. But moving forward, of course, we all need your support. So please feel free to be a member, and you may contact, you may get in touch with one of our executive members anytime. So that will be a great support. And we, of course, we need your support in achieving that height. Up next is another highlight of the day, a session by a young and a successful entrepreneur, Mr. Naveed Magundi. To do the speaker introduction, I would like to invite BCCI Executive Committee member, a prominent and successful businessman, Mr. Bashir Kiniga. Over to you, sir.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. And good evening, everyone. Our next speaker is not a guest, of course. He is a talent from within. He is one of the founder members of BCCI UAE chapter, and currently is holding the position of a secretary at BCCI UAE chapter. I am very pleased to introduce him. Of course, not required an introduction because he is a very well-known figure within our community. However, as a formality and benefit of all others, just I want to give him a very, very small introduction about him. Naveed is from, his name is Muhammad Naveed. He is from our coastal district. He is from Chikmagaluru. From a professional side, he is a finance professional, and he has an extensive knowledge of finance domain. His area of expertise includes private banking, investment banking, real estate planning, asset protection, private equity, corporate finance, business strategy, fiduciary service, tax planning, succession planning, quite a lot in financial side. He has an MBA in finance management from PACE. Also, is a postgraduate in PWA from Oxford University. Currently, Naveed is heading a multi-billion-dollar family business, family office it's called, as a chief executive officer. And he is also worked in a couple of other financial institutions in the past, in Dubai as well as in India. Naveed also, most of you might be knowing that he's a very talented singer. He has a lot of followers in Facebook and all. You might be already heard his songs. He is singing in Kannada, in multiple languages, in Hindi and all. He has, I think, more than thousands of followers in social media. He is also a good sportsman. He is a good cricketer, as well as he is playing basketball, and he is represented so many tournaments and all, UAE and India. He speaks a number of languages. Of course, as a Mangalorean, he speaks Urdu, Hindi, Bihari, English, Arabic here, and I don't know what more, Konkani, of course. And his personal side of Naveed is married and is blessed with 3 beautiful girls. Today, Naveed is going to talk about another beautiful topic. It's a very important one. It's called 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I am sure it will be very beneficial to all of us to follow. We are all looking forward for that. I request Mr. Naveed to please come and deliver your beautiful speech. Please come.
Thank you so much. Oops. Assalamu alaikum, all my brothers. Thank you, Bashir Bhai, for a wonderful introduction. I'll just start with a kavana of mine when always I tell this. Avalu akasmat sikkalu, nanna nodi nakkalu, namagiga mooru makkalu. I'm Muhammad Naveed, married and having 3 kids, staying, alhamdulillah, from past 13 years in Dubai. I'm very happy to see you all, such a good number that we are having today, to a wonderful initiative of BCCI UAE chapter. Let us discuss our today's topic, which is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. The book is one of the famous books written by Mr. Covey. It's called as Stephen Covey in the year 1989. And 25 million copies of this book is already been sold worldwide. And this book, he explains how a person can be successful with the help of true north principles, which is how you can go upwards in life. So let us take... Is it working? Sorry for that. Right, let's take this story of famous Bata story. In the year, in 19th century, when the colonial Africa was opening up the market for any business to come into the market, famous footwear manufacturing companies sent their representative to Africa to see if there is any market for their footwears. What happened was, everybody came back saying that nobody wears footwear in Africa and there isn't any market for any footwear of any manufacturing companies. This particular person from Bata came back saying that nobody wears footwear, so ship whatever you have in the stock. So see there, you have 2 different way of thinking, you know. One group of people came back saying that there isn't any market, but Bata executive came back saying that there is a lot of market for their product. So he was thinking really positively. So that's why you can see Bata showrooms throughout Africa region. You know, even with the remotest place in Africa, you can see Bata showroom. So let us go to our today's topic, which is 7 Habits of Successful People. So let's go one by one, and then we try to speak a little bit more about these topics in the later slides. The 7 habits are: be proactive, begin with the end in mind, put first thing first, think win-win, Seek first to understand and then to be understood. Synergize, sharpening the saw. The 7 habits were put into 3 different stages, from dependent to independent and then to interdependent. Mr. Covey put the first 3 habits of successful people from, it moves from dependent to the independent world, and then the next 3 from the independent world to the interdependent world, from the outside world. And the last one is, sharpening the saw, which is a continual process, which has to be done on a daily basis. Covey explained the subject with the help of a fable of the goose and the golden egg. How a farmer became too greedy about the golden egg without even concentrating on his goose. So he killed the goose to get all his, all the golden eggs at once and became rich overnight. So here, Mr. Covey used this fable as a metaphor for business. What it means is, he told the goose, he compared the goose into the production line, as Mr. Jazir was, Jazir, right? Jazir was explaining about, people mostly concentrate on products, not thinking about how it has to be done and what is the, various backgrounds about it. So he was concentrating only on the golden egg, that is the product. It's a metaphor for golden egg. That's why, in any business, you have to make the production capability stronger so that you can have an excellent product. In finance and interest, he used a metaphor as finance and interest as well, assets, assets and interest. One cannot think, having $10 million today, we cannot all think, saying that I have $10 million, so I can live my life with this $10 million. No. What happens is, your $10 million may not be 10 million after 10 years or 20 years. There will be a lot of reasons to it. Inflation, we had notebandi, for example, you can't keep stack of, money at home. So you have to think in a way that it is not enough. You have to work on to get more. So let us go to the 7 habits one by one. You can always sit and grumble and tell so many problems and concentrate on actual, not concentrate on actual results. You can either be reactive to a problem before it arises, after it arises, and you can be proactive to a problem before it actually arises. If you have product, you concentrate it and make it worthwhile for your customer, plan to make it big. First one, habit number 1, be proactive. This is the foundation of all the habits. So if you have these habits properly, then you can concentrate, try to move on other things in life. Have a clear picture of where you want to go in life. What you wanted to do. Work according to your plan. Some will always say, beldilla baba, nala nokwa, indu beldilla. Very lazy way of taking life. But what we have to do is, what is the problem? We are not going to get it. Analyze things. That is what is habit number 2. Begin with the end in mind. You have the finish line in your mind so that, you can start properly and you can go on to get these things properly. Chiriyekkumbo, umma abba, paai madakku chonnu ennar. Ippo mashallah ellarottu paai ikku illa, bed, ellaru bed ikku mashallah. Ninga subaikku encha saathukku endu raakrar. First thing, many of you, what do you do? I ask this question to many of you guys. So what I do is, I make my bed, because I get up after my wife, so I make my bed. So what it means is, the first activity of the day, if you are not doing it properly, then it means you are taking it very lightly. So what I'm trying to say here is, you have a lot of things in life on a daily basis to do. You should know what is more important. If I ask you what is more important in life, you will say well-being, family, reading books, etc. What we do is Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, etc. Habit number 3, put first things first. Try to help each other in business or in any relationships. Don't follow the game theory principles. Somebody else's loss shouldn't always be your profit or your gain. If you win, share it with your employees, for example. Have something in mind saying that Sans Pi Kabhi Bahuti story. You have to think, as Mr. Mustafa told, how he was struggling during his days. So everybody starts as an employee first. So when you win as a businessman, try to share it with your employees. And as Richard Branson quotes, client do not come first, your employees does. If you take care of your employee, they'll take care of your clients. Habit number 4, think win-win. Matu bellatange matundu manikavu, matu tanariyadadamange manikavu tutu biddante sarvajna. Always listen, understand, and then talk. If you know to communicate better, half of the problem will be resolved then and there. Seek first to understand and then to be understood. Biggest communication problem is we do not listen to understand, we listen to reply. All right, moving on. 2 heads are better than 1. For example, Bashir Bhai cannot do everything of this single-handedly. That's why we have working committee, we have a management committee for this particular event. And we have an intention of what BCCI wants to do. That's why we want everybody's support to make it big. And this vision we have to achieve with the help of you guys. As they say, honey, honey, kudidare halla. Oggattige balaide. Habit number 6, synergize. If you come together, we can make it really big. Abraham Lincoln quotes, if you give me 6 hours to cut a tree, I'll use 4 hours sharpening the saw. Which means we should always prepare ourselves better. Whether it is for a business or an interview, etc. And this is a continual process. Mr. Covey explained in his famous book. It's called as sharpening the saw. You have to always keep your saw really sharpened. I'll give you a small little story. If you don't open a door for 6 months or 12 months, after 12 months, if you open it, it will start squeaking. So that's how. If you don't use it yourself, it becomes dormant. You cannot do anything as fast as the otherwise. Finally, I believe we should have faith in us, perseverance, patience. Anything you do, There is a famous Chinese bamboo story. Chinese Yulmuthu Abdullah ka attention ayarantale. It's not a Chinese corona story. It is a Chinese bamboo story. The Chinese bamboo story, for first 4 years, it doesn't show any movements above the ground level. It only shows movements after 4 years. What it was doing in 4 years, it was making itself more stronger on the ground level, so that it could show exponential growth during the 5th year. It grows 80 feet in just 6 weeks. So from this, you can understand what you have to do in life. You have to be very stronger in your foundation stage. When you have your foundation properly, then you can run. As they say, crawl before you run. Let us be proactive, prioritize things, share and care, think win-win, join hands for better tomorrow, and be successful in life. ಸಮುದ್ರದೊಳಗಣ ಮುತ್ತು ಅದು ಯಾರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು? ಹೃದಯಾಳದಲ್ಲಿ ಅಡಗಿದೆ ಪ್ರೀತಿಯ ಮುತ್ತು ಅವು ಪೂರರೆಗಳ ಗೊತ್ತು. ದುಂಬು ಪೂರ ಇಂಚಬಂಡ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ಡ ಪೋದು ರಜಕೇಂದ್ರ ಪೋಂಡ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಕೆಮ್ಮೊಂದಿತ್ತರು ಇತ್ತೆ ಪೋದು ಕೆಮ್ಮುಂಡೆ ಅವರ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ರಜೆ ಕೊರ್ಪೆ. That means we are in a corona days now. Please take care of yourself. And thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Naveed. That was fantastic way of summarizing the seven habits, which is written by Stephen Covey, which is my favorite too. I mean, I'm not sure, that was maybe 2 to 3 times which I read, and every time you read, it will rattle your thinking. I'm sure you must have touched base on that book. If not, please get a copy, which has sold millions of copies across the world. Moving on, gentlemen, it's time for honor our chief guest, and that is Dr. B.K. Yusuf. To do that, may I call upon BCCI Executive Board member, a community leader, Mr. Muhammad Ali Uchel. Probably you can come along. Can we have in your stage, please? A big round of applause for Dr. B.K. Yusuf.
Assalamu alaikum, dear guests, distinguished speakers, and my friends. I'm really honored to honor Dr. B.K. Yusuf. He is a doyen of Barry movement in GCC countries. He is very much instrumental in forming so many associations, namely BCF and again Kannada Sanghas, and also BCCI, along with Dr. Kapu Muhammad, M.E. Mulor Saab, and Latif Mulki Saab. I am really honored to honor Dr. Bcci. Once again, I thank him to be a part of BCCI, BCF. And again, I am really humbled, honored, and pleased to be a part of this BCCI arranged program, and glad to see all community members gathered here. I heartily congratulate the young BCCI organizing team, the president, and the members of the executive committee, as well as the office bearers. Once again, I thank you all to attending this program and making it a beautiful and successful event. In this moment of achievement, I deeply remember Marhum B.A. Moidin Sahib, who is instrumental in forming BCCI along with a young Barry strategist, Muhammad Imtiaz, and of course the founding president of the BCCI, Mother Unit, S.M. Rashidaji. Yes, Muhammad, we formed the BCCI in December 2016, and along with that, within 1-2 years, we moved to Asan as well as Mudigere, and again UAE chapter, and recently the Jubail chapter. It's a moment of joy as well as a moment of responsibility. Dear brothers, history of coastal Karnataka Muslim community is the cleverest community for business, and how these qualities help itself in the fast as a strong community of entrepreneurs. Over the last few decades, as our president and as other speakers has explained you, entrepreneurs were somehow on the decline within the community due to various reasons. And now it is the high time we took it upon as to promote entrepreneurship within the community in a planned and professional way. So I request BCCI UAE chapter is a very good platform for community youngsters to get into this. So I request all of you people to be a part of this one, by becoming a members. So this will be a great support for us. Each one of them to be a part of the Barry Chamber of Commerce. I invite all of you to be a part of this great Chamber of Commerce and Industry. B.A. Moidinaka's dream, alhamdulillah, it's spread all over the world. It's now a global, Chamber of Commerce and Industry. ഞങ്ങളെല്ലാ ചങ്ങായിമാരെയും ഇതിലെ ഒരു പാട്ടാണ് വേണമായിട്ട്, ഇതിലെ മെമ്പർഷിപ്പ് എടുക്കണം വേണമായിട്ട് നിങ്ങളുടെ ലിങ്ക് ഇൻവിറ്റേഷൻ തന്നോണുള്ളേ. അതിലൊട്ടിಗೆ നിങ്ങളെല്ലാവരും ഇതിലെ ഒരു പാട്ടാണ് ചെന്ന് കേട്ടോണ്ടുള്ളേ. പിന്നെ on lighter note, നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പിടിയുണ്ടു, BCCI is not a platform to చెల్లను కాదు. ఆయంగు നിങ്ങൾക്ക് പിടിയുണ്ട് BCCI ചെന്നെങ്കിൽ it is always a community organization. ഈ കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റി ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ ഇത് എപ്പോഴും ഞങ്ങളെ കമ്മ്യൂണിറ്റിയിൽ എന്തെല്ലാം പ്രോബ്ലംസ് ഉണ്ടോ അതിലൊട്ടിಗೆ ಇದು ಎಪ್ಪಳು ಸ್ಪಂದನಾಕರು ಎನ್ನ ಚಂದಂಗೆ ನಿಂಗೆ ಬಿಡಿಯುಂಡಿಪ್ಪ ರಾಯತ್ಲಿ NRC, CPA, CAA and NPA ಇಂಥ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಉಂಡು. ಆ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಂಗೆ ಅದರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಸ್ಪಂದನ ಆಯ್ಕೊಂಡುಳ್ಳ ಬಟ್ BCCI ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಬಲ್ಲ ಅದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಇಂಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ತು ವಿ ಆರ್ ವೆರಿ ಮಚ್ ಕನ್ಸರ್ನ್ಡ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ದ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿ ಫೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ಸ್ ಸೊ ಅದರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ನಕ್ಕೆ ನಿಂಗೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಬಂದದಿಗೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ഡിഗ്നിറ്റീസിಗೂ എല്ലാ ഞങ്ങളെ ചങ്ങായിമാർക്കും ഞാൻ അഭാരിയായിട്ടുള്ള പിന്നെ ഞങ്ങളൊരു ഇതിലെ ട്രഷറർ അയാളൊരു മെസ്സേജ് കടത്തിയത് ജസ്റ്റ് അതിൽ ഓതണം ನಾನು എന്താ ചെന്നെങ്കിൽ ഈസ് ആക്ച്വലി മിസ് ദിസ് പ്രോഗ്രാം യു വാസ് വെരി മച്ച് വിത്ത് us അതുമല്ലാതെ he was very instrumental in forming the BCCI as well as so many other organizations. His name is Hamda Abdul Qadir, Nangale Treasurer. So I'll thank you very much for message. I regret not being part of today's grand event which is aimed to create entrepreneur. I wishing successful event and my wishes to all who gathered here as well as accept my most sincere apology, please, President and team. Hamza Abdul Qadir, Treasurer, BCCI, UAE Chapter. So, with this note, ನಾನು ನಿങ്ങളೆಲ್ಲರೊಟ್ಟಿಗೆ once again ನಂಗಳ ಮೆಂಬರ್ ಅವನಿಗೂ ರಿಕ್ವೆಸ್ಟ್ ಆಯ್ಕೊಂಡುಳ್ಳೆ ವಾಖರ ದಮಾನ ಅನಿಲ್ ಅಲ್ಹಮ್ದುಲಿಲ್ಲಾಹಿ ರಬ್ಬಿಲ್ ಆಲಮೀನ್.
It's my privilege again to introduce the second honoree for the day. ಬಹುಶಃ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕದ ಕಮ್ಯುನಿಟಿಲಿ ಬೈಕ್ ರೇಸಿಂಗ್ ಚಾಂಪಿಯನ್ ಆರಂಟ್ ಕೇಟಂಟ ಎಲ್ಲರೇ ಬಾಯಿಲು ಒರೇ ಪೇರು ನಾಸಿರ್ ಸಾಬ್. So just to introduce him, he doesn't, like everybody knows him here, but as a formality again, Nasir Saab, he's the MD of CHS Group of Scaffolding and Housing. Moreover, / bike racing champion, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಗೊಂತಿನ ಬಲ. Now he is a professional racing champion. Apart from that, right now his son also races with him. So it's a father-son duo which is making their mark on the UAE racing fields. Apart from that, even though he has received a lot of awards, honors and everything, which we are going to add today from BCCI, another honor to his name. He's a multifaceted talent. So basically, for all of us who doesn't know, even I did not know, 5 minutes mundal nakkidu gontillante. He's also a very good singer, is what I heard. So that's something that came out today. May I request Mr. Altaf Madikeri, the BCCI Executive Committee member and a digital entrepreneur, to do the honors to Nasir Saab. Nasir Saab, may I please have you on the stage? May I please request Nasir Saab to share a few words with us?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I have absolutely no idea what to talk. I can only talk about my bike because that's become a habit, become a passion now. And I'm nothing to talk about my business. I'm not anything in front of Mr. Jazir Jamal or Mr. Muhammad Mustafa. Yes, I'm a small businessman. And I'm glad that you called me here, and I'm honored, alhamdulillah. And I've been seeing these faces since so many, few years now these days. But it's always, I tell, it's always berries. I have not gone through any event was organized by our Sunni Jamaat. I don't know how many Muslim Sunni Jamaat are here. But I'm so proud that I've been calling again and again for the same community. And I'm just thinking we don't have time to sort out our problems, and this Barry community is sorting out so many different problems. Alhamdulillah. in a different things, different places, and they're everywhere. I have a big dream that, Ivan, why don't this Bari community take us along, that is Sunni Jamaat. I don't know whether Sunni Jamaat is there or not here. Anybody knows that Sunni Jamaat is here, exists? I have no idea. Is it? Maybe I'm not invited there. Okay. So, but I'm glad that, people are giving me so much love, and I want to be a part of Bari's community, not offended by Sunni Jamaat also. Yeah. Isn't it? Yeah. That's what I said. I've been seeing these faces a few years now. Mr. Ashraf been calling me, and same faces. Alhamdulillah. Thank you so much. And about the business, I can't talk much, like what Jazir Jamal have spoken and Mustafa have spoken about, and Mr. Naveen. And they're all big faces here, celebrities kind of people. Alhamdulillah. I know if somebody wants to learn about the bikes, how to go fast and how to take the corners, how to brake, I definitely can. I'm glad to tell them. I just for your information, just won I won last few years consecutively 5 championship for Dubai, UAE. Yeah, that's all I can talk about. I'm so proud. It's become a passion for me. Thank you so much. Thanks for inviting me again. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you, Nasir Saab. We have a few prominent personalities here from the community who would be addressing us now. May I please request Dr. Kapu Muhammad to come on the dais and share a few words with us. Dr. Kapu Muhammad is the Dean and Managing Director of London American City College. He's a Vice President of BCF, and he has General Secretary of BCF. I'm really sorry, apologies for this. I'm told that he is a recipient of multiple PhDs from various institutes as such. Dr. Kapu Muhammad, the stage is all yours. Please, a big round of applause.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Good evening, one and all. First of all, I should really thank the BCCI President, Mr. S.M. Bashir. Very energetic, very active, very social oriented, very cordial, very friendly, and always ringing bell at every point of time, reminding all of us, to be there for the BCCI meet. Thank you very much for being so much close to all of us. A big round of applause to Mr. S.M. Bashir. Followed by S.M. Bashir we have his team members, Mr. Abdullah Madmole and the Vice President and all distinguished team members of BCCI. Really, they are working very, very hard. And distinguished guests who have come in and all the audience and my dear friends. Well, I am not going to speak much, but I have been looking into whatever you have been saying. What is BCCI, or what is the role of the commerce and industry? From my point of view, it is what we have. We call it as promotion, we have information, and then we have decision making. So what the Chamber of Commerce does is a great, great achievement which you are doing it. And today you have launched, which is called as networking. And networking, I correlate networking with decision making. Everybody should be an entrepreneur, which is very important for all of us. It's not necessary that you need to become Bill Gates. It's not necessary that you need to become, a big tycoon or a big businessman. You can always start with a small business, a small entrepreneur. You'll find that, small entrepreneur plays a very important role. Every 70 individual out of 100 are dreaming to become entrepreneur. You'll find that the small entrepreneur is the way out for you to step on to to become a large entrepreneur. You'll find that 63% of, the employment is generated by the small entrepreneur. And that's the reason you'll find that 100 million entrepreneurs, small entrepreneurs are coming up in this world at every point of time. So when we look for entrepreneurs, don't get scared. Don't be, saying that, oh, I will not go for entrepreneurship. It's better to work in the industry, earn, and have your pension and stay peacefully. No, that's not the case. You'll find that entrepreneurs definitely contribute to the society. It contributes to the economic development of the country. So I always see that I have few suggestions on being an entrepreneur. You'll always find that people say it's better to go for growth of market rather than growth of customers. Now, when I see some of the, cards, I find that many people say, yes, I have branches in this place. I have branches in other place. I have 10 branches. So when I say that I have 10 branches, what you're doing, you're growing the share of the market. But instead of, my dear entrepreneurs, instead of growing the share in the market, it's always better to go for the share of the customers. That's what is very important in your entrepreneurial life. What is entrepreneurial life? Never open up a branch which is not profitable for you. Because many people, just open up the branch. You'll find that out of the 10 branches, 2 are profitable, 8 are never profitable. So I feel that never go into the growth of the market rather than look into the fact, the growth of the customer. Go open up a branch where there are customers, where there is population, where you have your customers, where you have the product which can be sold in that particular market. So I always look for 3 types of screening. Number 1, I look for market screening. So what is market screening? You'll find that market screening is the screening where you screen how many customers you have, what type of product you can purchase, what type of product you can sell to the market. Do some surveys. So always go with the market screening. First one. Number 2, which I look for, is that operational screening. Now you are having market screening. You had 10 ideas. Out of 10 ideas, you felt that only 4 are working very well out of the 10 ideas through the market screening. So once the market screening is done, you go with the, what we call it as, the operational screening. So what is operational screening? You'll find that these 4 ideas which has been selected through market screening, whether it will work in the operational screening. So what you're going to see, do you have enough facilities to manage with these 4 product introduction, these 4 service introduction? So if you have, enough facilities, enough manpower, qualified manpower, then you're passing through the second screening, what we call it as operational screening. And out of the 4 operational screening, you feel that, oh, now only 2 is operational, 2 is working very well. And then go with the last screening, what we call it as the financial screening. So financial screening for these 2 ideas or these 2 setups, do you have enough capital to manage with the situation, whether it will give you enough profit, what will be the return on the investment. So what we are trying to say is that, dear entrepreneurs or would-be entrepreneurs or the future entrepreneurs, what we look for, you need to look for market screening, number 1. Number 2, you need to look for the operational screening. And number 3, what you need to look is that you need to look for the financial screening. So these are the bases which you need to set it out. And always remember, try to see that you do proper research and development before you take up a decision. Never take a decision in haste and then finally you repent. Always think twice, see that your project is really successful. If you are confident that your project is successful, put the hand on the project. Do it day and night. I'm sure all of you will be successful. Really, I'm thankful for Mr. Bashir, who has given me an opportunity, and my support to the BCCI will always remain. In order to do that, I would like to call upon the President, Dr. Bcci Yusuf, and also the Vice President on the stage, and we all together will provide 100% support to BCCI UAE chapter here itself. Mr. Afiq is there, Vice President? Yeah. Come, Bashir Saab, please come. And our support as a member of the Barry's Cultural Forum and from our personal behalf also, I take this opportunity to declare that we will be having 101% support to the BCCI UAE chapter. Thank you very much, dear audience. I had so many things to speak. As Mr. S.M. Bashir said, see, I'm a professor and so many things are there in the mind. And my way of dealing is also something different. Sometimes once I get an opportunity, always I'll be a part and parcel of BCCI UAE chapter. Thank you very much, Mr. S.M. Bashir Saab and all distinguished guests. And once again, thanks to the big gala team, the, working team, the, intelligent and clever team. Very good. Keep it up. Keep doing the work. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Doctor. The words were really inspiring and enlightening. May I now call upon Mr. Mahmood Bangera, entrepreneur and former chairman of Institute of Chartered Accountants, Dubai chapter, to please share your thoughts with us. Due to time constraints, we may have to restrict for 2 to 5 minutes maximum, sir. Please excuse us for that, but yeah, the stage is all yours.
Assalamu alaikum. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. It's a great honor. Really, I was so much thrilled because the variety of talent and the people who have walked on different state of life with their real experience. Because when you talk about a speech, a framed speech and someone giving a narrative of a life story is most valuable. And you have seen a number of people, some experts who have narrated their stories, which I felt really inspiring, which we all may consider as great trigger and lesson for our thoughts and minds. And whatever has been told, just to come back to the formalities, the Honorable President and all the distinguished committee members and the dignitaries who are present here. My name is Mahmood and I'm staying in Bangalore. And I am from Kasaragod. You all know the habit of people of Kasaragod. If the same shirt is available in Kasaragod, they don't buy. They'll come to Bangalore and buy. And they'll have to tell their wife, I bought it from Bangalore. So that is the kind of amenity, even for a tea. See, there has been great, and the entrepreneurial and the professional depth and strength that the Bangalore community has earned, I'm indeed overwhelmed. I've been holding the position of the chairman of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, because you all have spoken about entrepreneurship, you have made money, you will come to us. We know that, and the other thing is, even if whatever money you have, it may be a secret to your wife or your father, your son, but you will tell everything to your chartered accountant. So there is a case that a wife went to, because when his husband was away and she asked for some money, he said that it is a tight position. He straight away went to his chartered accountant and got all information. She managed her deal. So, see, in Dubai chapter, we have about 3,000 chartered accountants, and it is a very, very proud regiment of Indian community as such on an overall. For instance, for your information, the chairman of MR is an Indian chartered accountant, for your information, Amit Jain. CEO. The CEO of Nakil is an Indian chartered accountant. The CFO of Emirates NBD is an Indian chartered accountant. It's a very, very vibrant body. And we have 3,000 members. And 80%, around 65 to 70% of them are from North India, Gujaratis and Marwadis and people from Delhi. and I'm from Kasaragod. Gentlemen, I'm really committing to you and dedicating to you. I got elected as the chairman of Institute of Chartered Accountants of India, Dubai chapter. And see, one more thing, we have several chapters because of the global dominance of India, because we are sort of a $3 trillion economy. And as you might have seen even in the United States, how many? I mean, about what $1 trillion, some $11 trillion or something like that is being controlled by Indian origin CEOs. If you range starting from Satya Nadella or Sundar Pichai. So this is the kind of dominance that India is starting or having over the world. So these are all proud moments. So we have chapters all over the world, in Toronto, in Tokyo, in Singapore, in London, and all GCC countries. And there is a very tough benchmarking by our institute to evaluate the performance of the each overseas chapters. And Dubai chapter is the largest overseas chapter. And this year, and for a few years, ever since that has been introduced, the Dubai chapter has been winning the Best Chapter Award. It is an unwise on my part to say, but just to keep you all, if it is going to inspire anyone to get into the field of financing, we won the Best Chapter Award, which is evaluated on a global basis from Toronto to Tokyo. I received it from Honorable Speaker of Lok Sabha, Om Birla, and I just would like to inform you that. And gentlemen, see, I don't want to earn any contempt from you because I'm standing after a lot of speeches and life stories and thoughts that you might have heard, and the lunches there. And end of the day, this 2-3 sentences I would like to say will be connecting with the great speakers who have shared their experience. See things differently, because what the disruption you are seeing right now, because everything is changing, many jobs, many business won't be existing in the years to come. If you are doing any business, please evaluate yourself, not to be stressed. But there is a transition happening in every field of business by the technology. There is nothing to be scared, but at the same time, what is being told is what we are seeing right now is a small fraction of what is going to happen. So the job in this kind and style and fashion won't be existing. And also the business also will not be existing. So only one note is just have a self-evaluation and a self-navigation of where do we stand, and just change ourselves, transform ourselves, that we will have a space in the changing world. This is the message I have. If I would have had time, I would have shared a few more ideas. Gentlemen, thank you so much giving me this idea. Look forward to your continued support. And only one point that I'd like to tell you is that the definition of wealth has been fundamentally changed now. In the old time, you see, the gentleman had so much estate, so much coffee estate, so much this estate, or so many ships. Now, what is wealth, you know? See, the biggest company of the world is only human brains and some ideas. So things have changed that the definition of wealth is more of ideas. And yet somebody said that you need not be someone like Bill Gates or Sundar Pichai. See, when you say that the complete pyramid or that complete globe of ideas, every person will have a space on it. You develop that and there will be a value for that, especially when it is getting really connected with the other things, because we are talking knowingly or unknowingly in an interconnecting world, because gentleman has explained about the Hajj situation, because you won't be thinking, because in every walk of life, you have to have a rational thinking. Just question yourself whether I'm going in the right direction or there is a better way of doing the things. That will definitely lead you to inventions, and that change and transformation is that what we should be having, and thoughtfully we need to be geared towards that. And thank you all so much once again. And Mr. Bashir is the one who called me and see, gentlemen, give me freedom, because whatever is happening, Mangalore is my town also. So I'm pleased to be part of this, and thank you so much. Jazakallah.
Thank you, sir, for those kind words. Next on stage, I would like to call upon a person who doesn't need any introduction as such, popularly known as Mr. Philly, Mr. Rafi Philly on the stage, the person who defined business pathways for people who wanted to start something new, who changed the coffee shop or the tea stall that his father owned into a brand that we all know today. Mr. Philly, the stage is all yours. We would like to know the interesting journey of yours in the quick time.
Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Thank you for the great introduction. I'm not that much big, first of all. And thank you for having me here, for inviting BCCI. And you know that the BCCI name itself is similar to the big BCCI name, Cricket Board, Chamber of Indian Cricket Board. Let it shine like that, this BCCI. And likewise, Mahmood Bangara was telling that we all proud that we are near to the Mangalore. I'm from Kasaragod, by the way. Since Mangalore is, for us, is like mini Dubai. So we always proud that, okay, we're telling that, okay, so we are sometimes so nobody knows about Kasaragod. Sometimes we'll tell that, okay, we are from Mangalore, something like that. So we are also proud that telling that, okay, we are from Mangalore. And they asked me to talk about the startup. So there is always, I think, Naveed and everyone already talk about the startup and everything. So there is, what I can say that any international brand, like be it any brand, so once it was all like a startup. So I want to tell all the startup people, chase your vision, not the money. Of course, the money will end up chasing you one day. So always dedicate on your vision and cherish your success. And thank you, everyone. So I think the time is getting late for the dinner, Kala dinner. So I don't want to talk more. And thank you, everyone. And looks like this room looks like something wonderful. Let it always like that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Philly. Before I call upon the last dignitary to address the gathering, I would like to reiterate a few words from the address of the President of BCCI. As he said, the membership is open to everybody from all the communities and walks and corners of life. You're always welcome to come in and join the community, join the Bcci Chamber of Commerce and Industry UAE chapter. As he also rightly mentioned that this century requires all of us to come in together, work together, network together, and make the days ahead of us better for all of us. So I request you all to use the networking time after the event to get to know more about BCCI UAE chapter and probably become the members of the same. As the last dignitary to address the gathering, I would like to call upon Ashfaq Sada, who's the president of Bhatkal Muslim Jamaat, on the stage. A big round of applause for him, please.
A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajeem. Bismillahir rahmanir rahim. Assalamu alaikum to you all. First of all, I thank BCCI for inviting Bhatkal community. As like Bcci community, Bhatkal community once used to call a business community. And once a time, we were 60%, our community belonged to business people and 40% were serving. Our business used to be mostly out of the Bhatkal we used to do. If you see Mangalore to Calicut, from various parts to Calcutta, Bombay to US, and even in the Gulf countries. But when the scenario changed, more our youngster opted for the professional field. And hardly we were 10% of in the business field. But now, once the time comes, our youngster, they realize that we have to enter into the business, and slowly they've started. Now, we are around 6-7 people we are here, and from this one, I find 3 are the entrepreneur. First of all, Mr. Sarfaraz Yukaku is with us, who is in real estate. Afzal is in professional. Muaz Yukaku and Salman Shabandri is in timber business. And Jailani Motasham, who is professional in the field. Often I used to travel for the business in various places. Once or twice, Patel community in US and some Catholics from Kerala, they invited me to their social network. What I observed that when I was with these people, I used to ask him, what is their profession? Mostly Patel community you see, they are in a hotel or motel business. But there people from there, some of the guys I asked, what you are doing? They are saying, I'm supplying tissues paper to this, our hotel business. Someone is saying, I'm supplying toiletries. So what to this hotel business? What's important is how they support each other in the business. So my coming to the point is networking summit, BCCI networking summit, okay. We see we have to be proactive, but still we see our communities is not so much matured that we are proactive. We have to support the people how to get into the business. When we have big business, we have to tell that we are getting this product from somewhere else. Why don't you start your business? I'll support you. That is more important for us. If we go with this angle that we encourage our people, our community, by giving them opportunity and helping them, then I think we can go far well ahead. And don't think any business is big. Now what's happening? Walmart used to be, it's a big business, big supermarket, but they are getting tough time from whom? They are getting now tough time from German supermarkets, ID and Lidl in supermarket. They started budget type of supermarkets in US, and they are giving tough time for these people. Now also, today also we have seen, here we have giants like Lulu and Carrefour. But this afternoon only I saw one bell ring in my house. I opened it. My wife has ordered just milk bottle. And just I opened the door. I saw the bill, 4.5 dirham bill. It's from grocery from on Keralite. So still we don't think we have opportunity in each and every field. We don't say that, okay, these are the big business houses and we can't compete them. There are the opportunities if we see, provided we support them. We have to, as a community, we have to support them, each other. Second thing, what you have to say is, in a business, we should understand the factors, external factors affecting the business. Like now we have seen, to survive, if we understand and we are ready for external factors, like we have seen now Corona is there, financial, somewhere financial frauds, some of the, like such, few things, if we, like recession, if we are ready for that one, then I think any business can be sustained. For this, we need to be proactive. Now, one thing is there. Now, UN here also, in long term, within 10 years, they have kept one big goal, like UN sustainability, 17 goals of UN sustainability. In UAE also, they are going to implement these rules from now. If you go through, if you Google it, you'll find it. Sustainability, 7 goals of UN sustainability. And most of the business houses, they are going to buy from these, who are adopting this field. They are going to give ranking, who are adopting this sustainability A, B, C. So, what is important is, now itself, we try to understand what's going to go after 10 years. And if we adopt and if we are proactive, I think we can sustain long term in our business. So at the end, I'm very much thankful for the BCCI Network Summit, and I wish them all the best. And as a Bhatkal community, I assure you that we will fully cooperate and will join hand with you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for the kind words, sir. And I really appreciate you have touched based on some points like about the investment part. Just to clarify, yes, we have already launched a project called Business Startup Support, which we had published, and we are waiting for applications. We have already received some of the applications. It is under process, and inshallah, we are waiting for some more. And please feel free, to inform those who are looking for investment or kind of a support, to send an email or contact us directly, which will help us. As we're coming to an end of our summit, before vote of thanks, we have 10 minutes for the question and answer. To face the questions on behalf of BCCI UAE chapter, may I call upon BCCI UAE chapter president, Mr. Yassim Bashir, Vice President, Mr. Abdullah Madmoule, General Secretary Abdul Rauf, and Secretary Mr. Naveed Magundi. Can we have you all on the stage, please? Gentlemen, if you have any questions, feel free to shoot. All yours. Yourself? Yeah. Please go ahead. You want some mic?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. My name is Muhammad Rifai. I am much more into education and interested in the bringing up the new young generation of educationists. So what I plan is, for science students, there is NEET, etc., etc. For arts and commerce, more of a kind, they are made to feel as a second-class citizens at home and school or colleges. So entrepreneurship is something which BCCI have been speaking about. So where in Mangalore can we have something for the youngsters? Yes, we need to be job providers, but for the job seekers, many of them come to UAE even without a CV. That means something concrete we need to do back home so that not only Middle East, Far East, or anywhere people can go with some kind of a setup of finishing school. So if BCCI could initiate such kind of projects, inshallah, I will be happy to contribute whatever I can to do in this field, inshallah. So anything in Mangalore, that will be better.
To answer your questions, one of our objectives also is to look for very innovative ideas and the projects. That's one of the reasons why you are arranging an investor meet. If you think you got an idea, and we are more than happy to extend an invitation for you so that you can present the idea. It's all about creating an opportunity, as you rightly mentioned. So, and also as far as the job seeker concerns, we also created a provision within our mobile apps where they can have a visibilities for all the jobs. So, we are bridging the gap between the job creator and the job seeker. Yeah.
Some skills which are required that they get this job. Yes, there is job provider.
Yeah. Barry's Chamber of Commerce and Industries, and every organization has a vision and objectives. One of our objectives is to promote the entrepreneurship. In order to promote an entrepreneurship, it's back in Mangalore, we have arranged multiple workshops and seminars which required for a skill set and the essentials to become an entrepreneur. And this is what we will do this one.
Just to add on, I'm sorry about it. You mentioned about commerce and art students being treated as second class. If you see all of us, I'm sure we are all from the background of commerce. We are very proud, and And I'm sure commerce, if you see that, it says Barry's Chamber of Commerce, which means commerce, we are, we are highlighting commerce here. I don't think we are second class, we are treated second class, but, it's the way we think in our community, that we cannot change it. I don't agree with you because if you see, in our place in Mangalore, there are more commerce students than science or any other. All right. Anyway, thank you so much to bringing it.
Yeah. Thank you very much. I think this gentleman has given something. I should say that we are all in the same angle. Probably even the science students are also, equal to a commerce and arts students. Okay, so we are all in the same angle and everybody struggles. Okay, even a science students, when you talk about, qualifying for NEET, okay, qualifying for USME, qualifying for, IELTS, with a 7.5 band, and maybe qualifying for PLAB 1 or PLAB 2, it becomes very, very difficult. But then it's a good move. What I'm saying is that everybody is in the same angle. Even as a commerce student also, you can be the CEO. Even as a science student also, you can be a CEO. So you are a CEO at all the streams. Well, BCCI is really doing a great job. So one of the objective, what I feel could be incorporated, which is that education, which is very important. So before a person becomes an entrepreneur, I feel that we should provide an entrepreneur workshop or a training for the people who come here afresh. Okay, they're just coming for a job, but in future they may become a small entrepreneur and then become a medium or maybe a long-term entrepreneur. But before entering into the field, I think BCCI should take the responsibility of educating the upcoming new entrepreneur. This is one thing which I feel from my side, and BCCI, if it does it, that means you're training the entrepreneur to become entrepreneur, okay, the job seekers to become entrepreneur. This is the number one. Number two, as he said, that many people are coming to Dubai, okay, they don't know how to write a CV, how to attend an interview. Probably we can always have a workshop or a skill, okay, to develop the CV, to probably make a, try to have some technique for interviewing and what field they can go in for. So this is also, again, I'm talking about from the educational point of view, which will be very, very useful. And number three is that, many of the people, many of the students, they complete their, MBBS. People feel that only MBBS, once you get an MBBS seat, a medical seat, that is enough. But you'll find that in the real sense, only MBBS will not fetch anything. So people don't know what are the future other opportunities available for the MBBS students. For example, if they don't qualify for NEET, again they suffer. They have to pay 1.55 crores to get even a seat in India. So what are the other options available? Like going for PLAB, going for USME, going for, different ways where they can develop themselves and be a part of the community and the society. So it is all based on education. So it will be great that, we have the great, stalwarts with the Paris Chamber of Commerce. Anytime if you require any of our support, probably there may be a lot of experts in this field. Maybe you can make use of it, they can be a part and parcel of the BCCI. Yeah. And another thing is that BCF, Barry's Cultural Forum, will always be there with, with the BCCI, okay? Our support, our solidarity will be there with you and your team members. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Kapoor. We appreciate that. And the point you highlighted, it's already in our roadmap to create a workshop and all. And certainly we will take your help for sure.
Due to time constraint, maybe we'll have another question. More to go. Yeah, you may go ahead, please.
Assalamu alaikum all. Thanks for inviting me. I'm Sufi Anwar. I'm heading the University of Stirling as the academic director. I just have few quick observation. One, I think as a proud Barry, I think maybe if you can network with even the education institutions where we have got some of the academicians or, some kind of network between industry and academia, maybe some incubation centers and many other kind of workshops, whatever you're trying to do. So I think definitely that the area where we can also look for, supporting BCCI. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm proud to say he is my professor, and he taught me. For a change now, today I spoke and he was listening. Thank you so much.
Maybe a last question?
Yeah, we'll take a last questions because, we need to wind up and then we'll have a dinner after that. Thank you. I mean, I think, all our efforts, looks like, paid off when we hear a testimony like you, and we really appreciate that. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, all the office bearers. Thank you so much for taking the questions on behalf of BCCI UAE chapter. I would rather say BCCI UAE. You want to go ahead something?
One second. As our president already told, our investor meet is coming up anytime, maybe 2-3 months ahead. I request participation from all of you, either as investors or as entrepreneurs. If you have any business idea, you can send a brief summary to us. We will screen it and we will say whether it is okay to present in the investors meet or not. Or if you want to invest in any project, you can you can come and verify the projects, and if you are interested, you can invest. Anyhow, we will be sending out the invitations and it's ready. Thank you. I once again invite you for that investors meet.
Thank you so much. As we're coming to an end, my key take home today would be something like, if you want to do something, do it now. Find the purpose of your life, leave a legacy behind. I would, to do the vote of thanks, I would like to call Ashraf Mantoor, BCCI Executive Committee member and a successful entrepreneur based in UAE. Mr. Ashraf.
Mr. President, distinguished guest present, my dear friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I would like to express our profound gratitude to our inaugurator of BCCI Network Summit this evening, well-known social worker and president of BCF Dubai, Dr. Yusuf Bcci. Also, I would like to thank you, BCCI founder president, Mr. Yasam Rashid Haji, for launching mobile app today. I would like to also express special vote of thanks to the chief guest, Mr. Muhammad Mustafa, managing director of M Square Engineering Consultant, who has been wholeheartedly helping us whenever in need. Also, we have another guest, one of my friend Nasser Sayed, for all support. Thank you. Finally, I would like to thank man behind summit, President Mr. Yasam Bashir, BCCI UAE chapter. Also, my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Jazir Jamal for the wonderful session. Thank you very much. Let me continue Kannada, because ellaru Mangalurinavu. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಇವತ್ತು ಯಾರು ಮಾತನಾಡಲೇ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಕನ್ನಡಿಗರಾದ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲ ಈ ಕಾಣ್ತಾ ಇದೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಸೂಟ್ ಹಾಕಿ ಕೂತಿರುವಾಗ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ UK ಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೇವೋ US ಯಲ್ಲಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಅಂತ. ಕಾರಣ ಕನ್ನಡದ ಶಬ್ದವೇ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಧನ್ಯವಾದವನ್ನು ಹೇಳುತ್ತಾ ನಮ್ಮ ಇವತ್ತಿನ ವೋಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ಸ್ ಬಶೀರ್ ಭಾಯಿ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸಮಯದ ಅಭಾವ, ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ನಾವು ಸಮಯ 9:30ಗೆ ನಮಗೆ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಿತ್ತು. 11ಗೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗೆ ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ನಮಗೆ ಡಿನ್ನರ್ ಕೂಡ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗಿದೆ. ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ನಮ್ಮ ಈ ಒಂದು ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಸಮ್ಮಿಟಿಗೆ ಸಹಕರಿಸಿದ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ನಮ್ಮ BCCI ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿವ್ ಕಮಿಟಿಯ ಮೆಂಬರ್ಸಿಗೂ, ಆತ್ಮೀಯ ಮಿತ್ರರಾದ ನನ್ನ ಬಶೀರ್ ಬಂಟ್ವಾಲ್ ಆಸ್ಟರ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ನ ಮ್ಯಾನೇಜರ್ ಕೂಡ, ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಕರೆಗೆ ಹೋಗೊಟ್ಟು ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅದೇ ತರ ನಮ್ಮ ಮತ್ತೊಬ್ಬ ಮಂಗಳೂರಿನ ಬಿಸಿನೆಸ್ ಮ್ಯಾನ್ ಮುಸ್ತಾಕ್ ಕದ್ರಿ ಅವರು ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಧನ್ಯವಾದವನ್ನು ನಮ್ಮ BCCIಯ ಸಲುವಾಗಿ ನಾನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಂತಹ ನನ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲ ಸ್ನೇಹಿತರಿಗೂ ಒಂದೇ ವಾಕ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ, ಸಮಯದ ಅಭಾವ ಇರುವುದರಿಂದ ನಾನು ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ BCCಯ ಈ ನೆಟ್ವರ್ಕ್ ಸಮ್ಮಿಟ್ನ ಪರವಾಗಿ, ನಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸಿಕ್ಯೂಟಿವ್ನ ಎಲ್ಲರ ಪರವಾಗಿಯೂ ಒಂದೇ ವಾಕ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಾನು ಧನ್ಯವಾದವನ್ನು ಅರ್ಪಿಸುತ್ತಾ, ಅಸ್ಸಲಾಮು ಅಲೈಕುಂ ವರಹಮತುಲ್ಲಾಹಿ ವಬರಕಾತು.
Thank you so much. And, everybody please enjoy your dinner and enjoy the rest of the evening. Assalamu alaikum. Definitely. We are here out. Definitely we are around executive members to take any questions on behalf of BCCI. Thank you.